Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Sunday Badass Baptiste Teacher of the Week. My name is Brian Thomas, and I am the founder and owner of Baptiste Power Yoga Phoenix. Let me introduce the one and only, the master, the teacher of teachers, and one of my dear friends, Luca Richards. There he is.
Good. Thank you for having me.
So I'm going to turn over to Luca and let him tell you, everyone out there, a little bit. If you don't know Luca, he's going to tell you who he is, where he's from, and what he's up to.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. So really quickly, thank you for the introduction, Brian. And really how I like to see myself and the work I like to do in the world is teaching teachers. And, so many teachers come to me and they say like, oh, I just want to be more confident. And what I know for sure is like, you can't just be more confident, as certainly in something. And so what I like to do, and my body of work really consists of giving like really tangible tools from which somebody can get confident in. So not to get just confident, but to be confident in something. So I do a lot of growth coaching and one-on-one coaching for teachers and teamwork and trainings and all of that stuff. And
Perfect.
yeah.
Well, speaking of yoga, are you ready to, I'm ready to practice. You ready to teach?
You're sure you're ready?
I don't know. I've been sore. I've been taking, I started Brandon's training yesterday. I've been doing a lot of yoga, more than I have, to be honest with you. So I woke up a little sore. So hopefully it's different than yesterday's class. And if it's the same, then that's perfect too.
It will be a little different. I wanted to do some interesting things today. So, interesting for me, maybe not for you. So if you're there and you'd like to, if you're currently live and practicing, you can head to your mat. If you're watching this later on, you can head to your mat and we'll get started. So Brian, you're actually going to start, just start in a child's pose. Any of my regulars I generally refer to child's pose as trash, just jokingly, because it doesn't serve a lot of function when you're trying to accomplish something, especially in 30 minutes, which I'm going to do my best. So all jokes aside, start in child's pose and then downward facing dog. All right, we're going to be doing a little bit of a drishti warm-up today, Brian. So first and foremost, what you'll do is you'll set your gaze to the back center edge of the mat, just between your feet. And the trick to this drishti warm-up is that you're actually going to move your body first and your gaze moves last. Think about like a dancer doing spins with a spot. The body moves first, then the gaze will follow. So what you'll do is keep your gaze there between your feet, at the back of your mat, Brian, and then shift forward to a high plank. Keep your gaze to the back, gaze to the back, gaze to the back, and then set your gaze to the front center edge of the mat. Right, and now do the reverse. Keep your gaze forward, put your body to down dog, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze back. Good, do the same thing over again. Keep your gaze back, move your body to high plank, gaze moves last. That's it. Once your body's locked in place, then you can move your head. Go ahead and do the reverse, downward facing dog, gaze stays forward, move your body to the back, then drop your head down. Good, two more like that. Come forward, high plank, gaze back, gaze back, gaze back, gaze forward. And then reverse, downward facing dog, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze back. All right, last time, keep your gaze back, move forward, forward, forward. Shift your gaze forward. Okay, keep your gaze forward. Come to low plank. Keep your gaze locked in one spot. Can be slightly forward of the mat. Come to low plank. Upward dog, gaze down and forward, forward, forward. That's it. Then when your body lands, look up to the ceiling. Okay, good. And now set your gaze forward out to the horizon. Good. Now what you'll do is now keep your gaze forward and move to downward facing dog. Gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward, and then drop your head to the back. All right, so I'll talk you through that a couple more times. So it's just a drishti warm-up. So you're warming up through range of motion in your shoulders, but really importantly, you're creating a specific intention with your gaze or drishti, which of course is important heading into 2022 off the mat, but here we're just practicing it on the mat. All right, gaze to the back, come forward to high plank, gaze back, gaze back, gaze back, gaze forward, come to low plank, gaze forward, gaze forward, gaze forward, up dog, gaze down, gaze down, good, then gaze forward. That's it. And now do the reverse. Downward facing dog, keep your gaze forward. Pretty good work. And then drop your head to the back.
This is tougher than it seems.
Yes. All right, good. One more time. Downward dog, gaze back, gaze back. Shift your body forward to high plank. Low plank, gaze forward. That's it. Keep your gaze down, up dog, gaze down. Then look forward to the horizon. Now take the reverse action through your shoulder action, downward dog. Let your gaze follow the movement of your body. That's it. And then let your head relax. Step forward to ragdoll. Good. And so the action here, so we'll do kind of the same action through a few sun salutations. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your intention here is to move body first, then drishti in this exercise. Generally, we often move drishti first and then body, and that's fine also. But we want to just do the opposite for an exercise today. All right, so your gaze to the back edge of your mat in your ragdoll. And then what you'll do is rise all the way to standing, extended mountain. Reach up and let your gaze follow. Look up. And then keep your gaze up as you fold forward. Your gaze will naturally follow. That's it. Good, 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 good. Drop your gaze to the back. Halfway lift, set your gaze to the front center edge of the mat. Keep your gaze there as you come to low plank, high to low. That's it. And gaze down as you come to up dog, shoulders first, then gaze forward slightly up, then down dog. Let your head follow your body into action. Good job. Take one full breath in, one full breath out, and then step your feet to your hands. Keep your gaze to the back, halfway lift, gaze forward, forward fold, gaze back. Extended mountain, gaze up. Good work, Brian. Forward fold. Let your head follow the action of your body. Halfway lift, gaze forward, lock in place. Step back to high to low plank, gaze locked in place, forward of the mat. Upward dog, gaze down, body up, then look forward. Downward facing dog. Move from your shoulders and core. Drop your head to the back. One more time through sun A. Breathe in, gaze stays back. Breathe out, empty your lungs. Step your feet to your thumbs, keeping your gaze to the back. Halfway lift, set your gaze forward, forward fold, gaze to the back. Extended mountain, bring your body up from the floor up and then lift your gaze, forward fold. Gaze and head follow the action of the body. Halfway lift, lock your gaze in forward of the mat, keep it there, come through low plank. Upward facing dog, gaze forward and then up. Downward facing dog, let your body move first. That's it. Set your gaze to the back edge of the mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. All right, we'll move through some sun bees. We're going to release out the drishti work a little bit. I want you to keep your intention and focus on drishti, but you can actually just move more organically and naturally to your practice. We're going to move through 3 sun bees in rapid succession. So you could move at home on your mat slower or faster. You could take a couple breaths or leave out a sun bee if you need time to recover. You can do all that, or Brian's going to go ahead and just show you moving through 3 sun bees in succession. All right, Brian, does that sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, good. Take a full breath in, full breath out, empty completely. On empty lungs, hop your feet to your thumbs. Halfway lift, forward fold. Thunderbolt in one breath, sit low into your legs, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Low plank, you can go high to low or one movement back. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Step your right foot forward, left foot flat. Breathe in, rise up. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Great, Brian, downward facing dog. Left side warrior, is that true? No, right side? Okay, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Did I screw up or did you screw up? Downward facing dog. All right, good. Reset. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more full breath in. Full breath out. Empty. Hop forward. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Thunderbolt in one breath. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog, one breath. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Right foot forward, warrior one. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left foot forward, warrior one. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, empty lungs, then hop your feet to your thumbs. Final sun B, halfway lift. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior, breathe in. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior, rise up. High to low plank, flow. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Okay, Brian, you'll take flip dog with your right leg over. Your option here is to just leave your leg in a three-legged dog position, elevated. Good, breathe in, set your gaze forward. Come over to high plank. Then side plank. Drishti to your top thumb. That's it, lift your hips up off of the floor. Take a full breath in. And release, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, then left side flip dog. You'll take your left leg up and open with an option to just stay here in a three-legged dog. Good, you sweating, Brian?
Yeah.
Good, good. Well, it's important to warm up. You know, it's a critical aspect of the practice. Come over to high plank. And then side plank. Heels to the left. Good. And set your drishti to your top thumbnail, and then set your focus and intention with your gaze. Add the breath. Lift your hips. Come over to high plank. Good. We'll hold here. We're going to hold high plank. Your option is to lower your knees to the floor, or if you have any upper body impingements, you can bring your forearms to the mat. You're going to hold for just about a 10 count. I don't have my phone because I'm using it for Instagram, so I'm just going to count out 10. 1, 2, melt your upper back. 3, 4, 5. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button, Brian. That's it. Good. Melt your upper back. Keep the natural curve of your lower spine. Good. Last 3. Don't quit, Brian. 2.
No one's watching.
And 1. Lower to the floor. Pretty good. Pretty good, Brian, and everybody watching Brian work out from home. Good work. All right, upward facing dog. Good, and downward facing dog. All right, so step your right foot forward and come into crescent warrior. Now your option here is to lower your back knee to the floor, and you're going to twist to the right. So bring your hands through heart center and twist past your right knee. Your option with your upper body is just to stay here with your hands at your heart center, or you could scale this up by extending your arms or taking a balance. Whatever your level of practice is, honor that today. You're here for 3, 1, deep twist through the core. 2, 3, come to warrior 2, rise up and hold. Good, so you're gonna hold this warrior 2 again for just about a 5 count, maybe a little bit longer. So one of the things I'm really intentional about that we'll be doing in the winter series is actually being able to measure your progress, which one thing that escapes us sometimes as practitioners is we keep doing things over time and we're not able to actually manage or measure our actual progress and growth. So what we'll be doing during the winter series, all 11 weeks, is actually measuring out some progress, like for example, with warrior 2. Like, what is that experience of holding warrior 2? I know Brian's here, he can breathe and hold, which is why I'm talking while he's doing the exercise. I wouldn't normally do that for a student, but Brian's an exception. Okay, good. From here, take extended side angle. And you're here for about a 5 count. You can take any variation, a bind, a balance, go to your depth up to the edge of your pose. Nothing to fix, nothing to do. Don't worry about getting the alignment right. Just be in the action of the pose and allow your body to take action. Look up to the ceiling. Good work. And release, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And we'll take left side crescent lunge. And you'll twist towards the left. So again, your option in crescent lunge is to lower your back knee to take some of the weight out of the pose. And your option with the upper body is stay as you are, hands at heart center, or take any variation that brings you into expression, into vitality, into the engagement of the pose. Good work, Brian. You're here for another 3. Good, twist deep. You want to lengthen the spine on the inhales, twist on the exhales. So you're twisting from your core. Breathe in, breathe out, twist. Okay, one more like that. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, breathe out, twist, then come to warrior 2. I'm gonna have you hold here for what was about 30 seconds or so. Again, I don't have my timer in front of me because I'm looking at my phone, but that's it. This is really good. And you just want to organize and stabilize the extremities. That's your arms, legs, and draw into the center line and core. That's what's going to create the stability here. The gravitational pull on your arms you should feel some energy there in your arms. As you pull into your center line and spine, the work on your arms will get more targeted into the triceps, biceps, and engaging like those long muscles of the upper arm. All right, stay here, draw your front knee forward. Just another 5. 1, 2, this is something you want to be able to measure for yourself over time. The front knee forward of the front ankle just slightly. Last 3, 2, great job, Brian. Extended side angle for 5. Any variation. Don't worry about getting the alignments right. I often hear that from students, like, what is the right alignment, or can you give us more alignment? And the truth is, if you can get the general form and shape, the pose is going to work for you. Not a lot needs to be said about it, and over time you'll obviously get into more nuance, more sophistication within the pose. But right here, take the shape of the pose and allow that pose to really take impact on your muscles and form. Take a full breath in. Okay, release, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in, and downward facing dog, breathe in. Brian, you're doing so good. All right, will you hop forward to the front of your mat to a prayer squat? Yeah, like that. Come to the very front of your mat, Brian, for this one. Yeah, like that. Good. And you can breathe here for just a minute while I talk about what we're going to do. Good. All right. So what you're going to do is you can take your elbows off your knees and keep your hips low and lift your chest up. That's it right there. And bring your hands to your heart center, just off your knees. That's it. All right. This is going to be your starting and ending position for this exercise. I call it a pop squat. So what you'll do from this position is bring your hands to the floor and you'll hop to a plank and back to this position. Your option is just to walk your feet in one at a time, but we're gonna do 10 of them. I'm gonna let you count for you. So what you'll do, Brian, is bring your hands to the floor, show everybody, just hop back to plank. Good, hop back to the squat. Hips low, chest high. Yeah, that's it. Okay, good, do 10. All right, and your option again is just to step your feet in rather than hop. That's gonna take some of the ballistic movement out and make it a little less dynamic. You wanna hop forward and back. This is 3, I'm counting Brian. 4, that's it, good. And when you hop forward, you can lift your hands off the floor, Brian. Keep your chest up high. Oh, that's it, good. Really working the glutes here. Hop back and hop forward. This is 5, you got 5 more. 4, he'll never ask me to come teach him. 3, good. 2,
I can make this last 30 minutes.
1. Yeah, we've only been doing this for 10 minutes. All right, good work. Okay, you'll come into crow. Just 1 crow today for 5. Crow for 5. 1, 2, 3. Great work, Brian. 4. Chaturanga, hop back. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Empty your lungs, hop forward to the front of your mat. Good work. Rise up to standing. We'll take 1 dancer on each leg today. So not a lot of time in equanimity. Catch your right foot for 5. 1, slow down your breathing. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's vital. Good. For 5. 1, 2, 3. Brian, oh, it's always so fun to be with you, Brian. 4, 5. Change legs. Hi, Lori Wilson. Good to see you too. Good for 5. 1. Cheryl. 2. 3, 4, and release. Good work. Come to the front of your mat, and we'll take an extended mountain. Rise up. Forward fold. Good. Allow this vinyasa to just catch your breath. Halfway lift, breathe in. High to low plank, breathe out. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. And step your right foot forward for triangle. You're not here for long. We're just using this as a recovery pose. So you're gonna set up, ground down, and take an expression out. Should just take one moment to get to your fullest expression. That's it. And then set up for twisting triangle by adjusting your feet position. That's it. I'm not too concerned with exactly where your feet go here. You can have more space or less space between your feet. But what you're looking to create here is the intention of the spine, long spine and twist. Good. Breathe in, breathe out, and release. High to low plank. Let this vinyasa recover your breath, the movement plus the breath, plus the gaze, accessing a new sort of sense of freedom and capacity to breathe more. Take your left foot forward to triangle. Pretty good. Reach. Pretty good, Brian. And then set up for your twisting triangle. So twisting triangle is really it's a very dynamic pose. You're using all three ranges of motion, your sort of forward and adduction, abduction, as well as your twisting. And really the key aspect of this pose is the spine. So let your legs be soft, the knees soft, let there be a bend in your knees, your pelvis be soft, so you could actually get access to the whole length of your spine. That's it. Twist deep and release, high to low plank. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. And step through onto your back, and you can set up for bridge, Brian. All right, so we're gonna take one back bend today, and it's gonna be over a minute. And so your option is, of course, bridge. And what I'm encouraging you to do here is stay up for as long as you can. And you're welcome to do like as many wheels as you need to in the time allotted. But I'm gonna watch the clock here. But the intention here is that you start to measure your progress, how long you can, with the strength of your upper body and through endurance, actually hold this pose. So bridge is your option. You can come back to it any time. And really the ask here is that you do your best to stay up for most of a minute. All right, Brian, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right,
Ready
1 minute.
now.
Go ahead, go now. That's it, good. And again, this is really up to you on your mat for you to get and take inventory of where you are in your shoulders, with the strength of your legs, and what feels right in your body. You might do 3 wheels in this time, or you might do really just one long wheel or just one long bridge today. And really, again, like in the winter series, what we're gonna do is start to measure your progress over time. So at the end of the 11 weeks, you're able to really see how far you've come in that period of time. All right, good, Brian, you're almost there. Just another 25 seconds. Good, set your gaze. This is where that drishti warm-up really comes in handy. One point of focus at the back of your mat. Use your breath. Last 15 seconds. Stay focused. Use the strength of your legs, the strength of your core, and the strength of your upper body to stay engaged. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, lower to the floor. Pretty good. Everybody.
Holy shit.
Everybody except for Brian. Brian, is this or is this not a family show?
It is not a family show. Fuck. Oh.
So silly, so crazy.
I have never done a minute. I've never done that before.
Well, it was more or less a minute because I didn't have my timer, but you did really, really good. All right, really good work. Oh, good. Hug your knees in. And what you'll do is, in the time we have available, what I want you to do here is just cross your right ankle over your left knee, and we'll take like a easy hip opener here. Yeah, there you go. You can hug your knee in towards your chest. That's it, and breathe, 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 breathe. You know, I'm a teacher who believes in action. You know, I like to do things. And I like to do things in my practice. And I think that a lot of great understanding and a lot of great deep philosophy comes out of the doing of things, not always the talking about things, or not always the presenting of ideas or concepts or platitudes, but really like what you get when you actually do some work is actually, well, what we would call transformation and authenticity. Switch legs. You know, Pablo Picasso says action is the foundational key to all success. And I think certainly as we head into 2021, we're all looking to create a successful year for ourselves. And what I would say and what I offer is that being in action will actually create that for you without having to really think about it too much, talk about it too much, without having to create a lot of sort of new belief systems just to replace old belief systems. And that's what we want to get up to here today. Well, we're almost through. All right, take both legs to the sky for shoulder stand. This is fun just to teach to one. I haven't done like a private, it feels like I know there's some of you at home practicing, or maybe you're watching this and practicing, but it feels a bit like a private working group just with my buddy Brian. It's nice. It's a nice feeling.
It is. Thank you. And I get that same connection, Luca. Like it's just you and I here.
Yeah. It feels fun. All right. So whatever you need to do to complete this inversion, you can take any counter movements you need to, and then lay supine on your back. And take any final movements if you need to take an easy twist to the left or to the right, or whatever it is that's going to leave you feeling complete. And then you'll just come into your final resting pose, Shavasana, just for a minute or so here, and really allow yourself to let go. Close your eyes, let your drishti release. Let the action release, and just be here totally committed to nothing, to no thing on the mat for just another minute. When we create a vision for ourselves by choosing a created future, a new future, we are, in essence, setting a drishti out into space beyond our senses and beyond our imagination. The vision is free of our internal states or limiting beliefs and is where we can move beyond ourselves. As we are in the here and now and can step into who it is we want to become, set a specific vision for your future and create actionable goals right here, right now. Roll to your right side and come up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Connect your palms together. And bring your attention to the physical space of your body. And the negative space of your body inside of the space you're in, inside of the room, the town, the city. The experience of you here now. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, center of truth, insight, historically. Take a full breath in. Bow forward, and together we say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Brian. Good work. So good. You worked really hard. I hope some of you at home didn't just watch Brian suffer for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Luca, I've got to tell you, of all the badass Baptiste teachers we've had since we've been doing this since the pandemic, that was the most, for myself personally, challenging. It started with the jump backs. Like, oh man, I'm doing an F45 class right now. Like I didn't want to do it. Like I told you, I was resistant to it. And it was so funny. That's where we're at in our training right now. We're talking about being what's resisting. And I just gave it up. I'm like, just do this. Just do the 10 jump backs. And then you pushed again, I pushed myself and you encouraged to do a minute wheel. And today, like the foundation, my physical foundation was just solid. I had the drishti, I had all the tools, I was in it. And I promise you, I've never done a minute-ish wheel before. I could have stayed up. I was so locked in to my physicalness and to grounding and drishti and breath and ujjayi. Like it was just like, boom, I felt rock solid.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so good. I mean, what can I say other than like that's it, right? That's the, that's what we're doing here in a way, is exceeding ourselves, and every class. And I know you love F45. I love to go to that place called, it's like, well, let's just say it's a fruit and an idea. But I like to explore other types of movement. And obviously I've been moving my whole life and teaching for 20 years and doing yoga for almost 25. And I think yoga does exist inside of all things and all ranges of motion, and does give you some freedom to color outside of the lines. And I appreciate you being my willing participant. So nice to see some of you on here. Cheryl, Julie, my muffin, so good to see you. And yeah, it's so good to see you. And that's it. Have a terrific Sunday. I hope you guys join me for the winter series starting next week. You can sign up at lucarichardsyoga.com. I would love to have you. I promise you will have this experience Brian's talking about, where you exceed what you thought was possible for yourself. And that's really it for me.
Yeah. So Luca, thank you. I acknowledge you, the Baptiste Power Yoga Phoenix community. We all acknowledge you. Thank you so much for donating these 30 minutes out of your time to come teach to us and to tell us all about all the amazing stuff that you're up to. So yeah, everyone, when Luca says he's got this winter series coming and it's going to be transformational, and you can experience what I just experienced in wheel, you're going to get that through 11 classes. Like, yeah, I just got 1 minute right there. You're going to get 11 classes of that. So if you're even just curious about, I think it was $95, Luca, right? If you sign up in advance. Yeah. $95, like, don't go to Starbucks for like 2 weeks and there's your class, or just do a drop-in. And I say this because I've been friends with Luca. I've been in programs with him. I've been a student of his. He's amazing. You'll learn so much. I don't care if you've been practicing for 20 years or 100 years or one day, like you'll get something from his training. So thank you, Luca. We appreciate you. Thank you everyone who tunes in. I got to acknowledge my team, Jesse Ray, my wife Mallory, who put all this together. And again, I just go in front of the camera and I do the thing. So it's really those badass women behind the scenes who keep this thing going. Everyone, please stay safe, stay healthy. Luca, we love you. Thank you so much for showing up today.
Oh, love you too. All right, thanks everybody. See you soon.
All right, guys, take care.